We are at the Amboseli National Park. This is at the heart of Maasai land, and it's going to be featuring closely in this year's Ma Cultural Festival that is happening in Kajiado County. It is on a circulation across 4 counties, including Narok, Samburu, and now Kajiado is hosting this year's cultural festival. And the theme is focused on just blending tradition, culture, as well as a keen focus on matters of conservation. Now, the Amboseli is quite a unique ecosystem. And this is why it is. It has already been branded by UNESCO for its unique biodiversity, ranging from, unique elephants among the big 5 that we've had over the years in the country. And we have an elephant institute domiciled right here in this park, started by none other than Dr. Cynthia Moss in 1972. So any minute from now, we're going to be driving towards that particular institute to just look at, achievements that have been made over time to document the life history and the need to have coexistence within the ecosystem. This comes at a time when there has been a public participation in regard to how can host communities of these particular nature reserves, national parks, coexist and have it in a sustainable manner where they earn from tourists, both domestic as well as international, who make their way to these particular parks, and how then this can mean, or rather can it translate to them making a living, and how, as we are looking at matters of development and matters of rapid real estate growth, or rather population, what then does it mean for such areas? So these are some of the conversations that we're likely to be having in the course of this 6-day cultural festival that touches not just about matters of culture, tradition, but also has a keen interest on conservation. Now, what also you need to know is that the elephants that you see behind me are creatures, or rather mammals, that are quite unique. They are matriarchal. And according to records by Cynthia Moss, who started this particular Elephant Institute, is that the herds are led by the females. So, for example, Kiptum would have Betty and Betty's daughter running the next herd, and then an auntie, Regina, dealing with the same herd, or rather another herd on the other end. So these are mammals that are seriously matriarchal and have the capacity to remember. It's said that elephants do not forget. And what you can see in the background is just a sample of what makes Amboseli a unique ecosystem. The question is, do we have the temerity and the capacity to ensure that the next decade will still be sampling this wildlife? Yes, the records indicate that for Amboseli itself, through the collaboration between the host communities as well as the Kenya Wildlife Service and the conservancies around the Amboseli ecosystem, is that they've not had a record of poaching in the last 30 years. That is quite remarkable. In 2023, we had an initiative run by the Kenya Tourism Board as well as the Kenya Wildlife Service called the Tembo Naming Ceremony. This was to encourage members of the public, including international as well as locals, to actually support conservation, where you get to name a tembo after your name. Like Regina, then I contribute towards its existence to just ensure that we have these mammals, serve a lifetime. As you can see, we are quite antsy. Elephants do not like much noise, so we are trying to keep it as quiet as possible. Before here, we also had a herd of wild beasts. Remember, this particular ecosystem is shared between Kenya and Tanzania. We cannot see how far the hill, or rather the mountain is, Kilimanjaro, but it has beautiful views from the Kimana Gate. So we will hand it back to you, Betty. You continue with the rest of the programming as we journey towards the Elephant Institute, where we are going to be just talking about conservation and later have a detailed report on this particular Ma Cultural Festival.